Hey friends, welcome back to my channel Organized with Joy, and welcome to another Thoughtful Thursday video. In today's video, while I share with you about the topic I wanted to discuss, I will be giving you some laundry motivation. Every Thursday, I wash all of our sheets and towels, and so that's what I was doing on this particular day, but I hope you enjoy the motivation while I discuss this topic. So there's a topic I have been wanting to address, but I don't like to talk about it. It's embarrassing and it's tough to actually face when you have a problem area in life, and that is shopping addiction. I really dislike the word addiction, and honestly, I just want to backpedal and say that it's not really an addiction, it's just a problem. But if I look at the definition of addiction, that is what it was. And I say was using the past tense because I do feel like I'm recovering. I still struggle sometimes, but I am aware now, and I feel like that's half the battle. I'm taking the steps to break the habits that keep me in the cycle of shopping when I don't need to. So the first step in dealing with any bad habit and creating healthier habits in life is to acknowledge that there is a problem. Sometimes we don't even recognize that certain behaviors are problematic. We live in denial, and perhaps there is this small part of us that knows that it's a problem, but consciously we don't want to acknowledge it because then we are admitting to a negative behavior pattern, and then we may have to face up to dealing with it. Just acknowledging it doesn't change anything though. In order to make changes, we need to come up with practical steps to address the issue. Once I realized I used shopping as a coping mechanism to deal with tough times in life, I came up with a plan to combat that. About 7 or 8 years ago, I came across the concept of minimalism, and this idea intrigued me as I have always felt overwhelmed by stuff, especially when things in my physical environment were out of order. I loved the idea of living with what I loved or what was useful to me. This was when my intentional decluttering journey began. For several years, I felt like I was working so hard at decluttering, but for some reason, I felt like I still had a lot of stuff. It was then that I realized in order to really make a difference in minimizing my things, I couldn't just declutter. I also had to curb the inflow. It was then that I decided to do the no spend challenges. The first year I did a no spend month in January. I was specifically focused on not purchasing clothes, shoes, accessories, and also home decor, as these were the categories that I saw the most inflow. The next year, I decided to push myself further, and I did a no spend January and February. That went fairly well, and the following year, I extended my no spend challenge through March. Realizing I could make it through a quarter of the year, in 2019, I decided to embark on an entire no-spend year, continuing to specifically focus on clothes, shoes, accessories, and home decor. I have this whole process documented on my blog if you're interested in reading about it. And actually, I did a no-spend month in January, and I have a video about that up on my channel, so you could check that out as well. I did want to talk a little bit about the psychology behind shopping addiction. I will say that I don't have any sort of degree in psychology, and I will share some quotes from different sources that I found online. While I did mention that I didn't really want to claim it as an addiction, but I believed it truly was, I recognize that some people may have a much more severe problem with this than I did. As I read through information about shopping addiction, many people have financial problems which end up propelling them into debt because of their shopping habits. I am thankful that mine was controlled enough that we don't have any sort of debt from my shopping. But for people who do go into debt because of this, oftentimes the resulting debt can cause anxiety or depression, which ends up causing a cycle of shopping as the person may try to alleviate the feelings with shopping, which causes even more debt. At its worst, it can also cause hoarding tendencies where the items are not even being used, but are just piling up in the person's home. According to Donald Black from the University of Iowa, nearly 2/3 of all shopaholics have mental health issues like anxiety or depression. I will go ahead and link my source to that down in the description box below if you want to look into that article further. In order to really deal with shopping issues, you must deal with the mental health issues, which are the deeper root cause. The American Psychiatric Association does not officially recognize shopping addiction as a distinct disorder, and considerable debate surrounds the legitimacy of this disorder, according to an article on healthline.com, which again I can link in the description box below. It seems to fall under the category of compulsive behavior, which would be like an anxiety disorder. But if you are wondering if you might have shopping addiction, I did find some symptoms from that same article to determine if it is problematic for you, and I will list those right now. You obsess over making purchases on a daily or weekly basis. You shop to cope with stress. You max out credit cards or open new ones without paying off previous balances. You feel intense euphoria or excitement after making purchases. You buy unnecessary things or purchase items that go unused. You steal or lie in order to continue shopping. You feel regret or remorse over purchases, but you continue to shop. You are unable to pay off debt or manage money. You fail in attempts to stop shopping compulsively. I'm learning that the best way for me personally to combat the negative spending behavior is to replace those behaviors with positive behaviors, which address my anxiety. For me, pursuing creative outlets has helped tremendously. I have enjoyed sharing creative content on YouTube, Instagram, and also over on my website through blog posts. I have also been pursuing self-growth through creating monthly challenges for myself, which I've been documenting on my YouTube channel, learning new skills through taking Skillshare courses, and also watching YouTube videos with self-help and psychology content to learn more about why I do the things that I do. Finding new behaviors to replace the old ones has helped me to be more intentional with the direction of my life. I hope that everything I shared in today's video was an encouragement to you today. If you are struggling with out of control shopping, or if you're struggling with any negative behavior that you're currently trying to combat, I am by no means perfect yet, and I still sometimes struggle with shopping for unhealthy reasons, but I am aware, and so I am making changes.
Trade sparks in flight. If you shine, I shine, reflections like moonlight. If you drive, I'll ride from the city into midnight. If you fight, I'll fight like a wild storm, let a lightning. Catch fire, catch fire, catch fire. Let fire, catch fire, catch fire. Contagious blaze in time. This whole place might burn, but if you stay, I'm safe inside.
I hope you also enjoyed this laundry motivation for today. I know, don't we always all need laundry motivation? But thank you so much for watching this video today. If you are new to my channel, every Thursday I post some sort of motivation and also share with you some thoughts on a topic that I want to discuss. So I hope if this is something you enjoy, that you would consider hitting that subscribe button and following my journey. But thanks so much for being here today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.